Quick video today, folks, because I just got to yap. To talk about Marathon's recent update, why it changes the game drastically for the better, and cures a lot of problems that many folks, including myself, have with the game. To the point that if you are on the fence about Marathon as you are scared of its hardcore extraction shooter roots, I think the game may now earn your favor. Or if you're like me and already play the game, you have even more reasons to not just play the game, but enjoy doing so. So, as a recap, in case you were unaware, there are two major things added to Marathon. The carry event, which we of course will talk about, but also its new game mode called Dire Marsh Sponsored. Lot to say on that one, so let's start there. In short, this new game mode drops all teams of 3 onto the game's Dire Marsh map, and everyone has the same starting loadout kit. That means a few key things. Firstly, there is no prep work or cost to joining a game. This is a free loadout that you load in with. Secondly, everyone in that match has that same free loadout, so the playing field could not be more even. You drop in, loot new weapons and equipment and items, fight, extract, etc. all is normal. And you still keep the stuff, so it's this no-risk, all-reward system in play that almost makes Marathon feel like a battle royale, but you get to keep all the stuff you find. Mwah! Chef's kiss. But the real kicker I don't feel like is being praised enough is that these free loadout kits change every day. So for example, one day your free kit could be a semi-automatic rifle, while the next day it could be a bolt thrower or the angelic weapon descended from the heavenly clouds itself, the Volt Rifle.
Run it here.
So every day you have a reason to open the game, play with some new stuff, and get some good loot while you do so. Now, if you're thinking, all those new additions sound like a very casual way to enjoy a hardcore game, you're right. When I don't feel like sweating or grinding for insane loot, I just want to relax, do some quests, maybe pick a few fights for fun, and not worry about losing my gear. I now have a repeatable option to do so. Sure, I can currently free load out my way into any match already, but that doesn't stop a gold shield and biotoxic disinjector from absolutely ganking me. This new mode does stop that, because everyone now spawns in with the same loot. And because it's a free loadout as well, you're willing to take more risks. More risks equals more fun. I have pushed more teams in this mode and started fights than I ever have, just because why not? I've got nothing to lose. I've gone for more secured resources, I've completed so many Dire Marsh quests, and I've had a great time doing so, even in forced squads. Now look, I am a solo player first and foremost, but being forced into a squad doesn't really matter to me here. Forced squads is absolutely a problem when everyone shoots on sight, the quiet, intense extraction fantasy is thrown out the window, the combat is imbalanced, etc. It's for some people, it's just not for me. Marathon is best solo in my opinion, but in Dire Marsh Sponsored, man, I am looking for fights. I know, especially early round, that the enemy's team's loot is similar to mine. So I just say, let's have some fun, and anyway I started blasting. Forced squads in this context almost forces me to have that kind of fun, since it's already predisposed to more combat and chaos. It feels more like I'm loading into a team deathmatch or battle royale than I am an extraction shooter. The only downside to this mode is that it's currently labeled as an experiment by Bungie, similar to them doing duos on each map. So it may not last forever, but hopefully they continue to cycle this mode onto other maps as well, not just Dire Marsh, and hell, maybe even make it permanent, which I wouldn't be surprised if they did so, since this mode is pretty much loved by everyone online and it's hard to find a bad thing to say about it. The second major addition is Marathon's new carry event, which, to gloss over some details, it basically just gives you rewards for playing cooperatively. That means if you help a teammate complete a quest, for example, you get special commendations that you can trade in for weapons, faction reputation, etc. Bungie also did not forget about solo players here either, so even they get special commendations for stuff, which is mwah, second chef's kiss. But, and this one is huge, the event also rewards you for extracting with other players, aka your normal sworn enemies. Up until this point, there has been very, very little reason in Marathon to not shoot another player, even in solos. The risk is too high to trust anyone. Now, through this carry event, players have a reason not to shoot, to instead team up and extract with that enemy because there's a reward for doing so. Hell, I just had a game that was my very first time ever extracting with someone else in Marathon. So let's back up and take a breath. If you have played Marathon or have looked into Marathon and said, that game looks fun, its gunplay and world looks great, but the game is too hardcore, too punishing, too PvP focused, that is not for me, then I highly suggest you at least give the game another look. Now, I won't lie to you, those things are still in the game, right? Marathon is still Marathon, but you now have a safer, more casual pond to dip your toe into. A risk-free, insanely fun game mode. An avenue that gives players friendly options in matches. Not to mention a bunch of other insane benefits I didn't even talk about, like how in my last video I complained I never found keys for locked rooms in the game. Now I can just buy them with these carry event rewards. What a clutch move, Bungie. Or faction rep when I don't feel like doing Arachne quests over and over again, but I still want to upgrade them. I'm getting away from my conclusion here. Anyway, even if these modes don't last forever, I still think that because of them, this is the best time to give Marathon a chance. Or another chance if you bounced off of it. The game may now just be ever so slightly more for you, especially if you lean towards the casual side of things, kind of like me. It's also wonderful to know that we don't need to wait for a new season to get major shakeups to the game, to get new reasons to log in every day, or most importantly, to play Marathon just to enjoy it. No sweating, no major grind, just playing to play because it is fun. I am having a great time, but what do you think? If you weren't into Marathon, are you a bit more curious now? Gonna give it another try? Or if you're already playing, what updates do you want to see next? Let me know down in the comments below, and for more chats like these over a cup of coffee, be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.